Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Egan, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series V's I do for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of amazing it's taken me this long to get to this one. But we'll get to it. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today, though. I actually picked this item up a few days ago. And been in my fridge. And I finally was like, all right, let's go ahead and let's get it in. Let's tag it in. Despite the fact that I have so many other things in my fridge that realistically should have gone before this. But anyway, what is it? Why is it surprising that I haven't gotten to it before? Well, folks, that's because it happens to be from our friends at Boom Liquid Death. This is specifically their Slaughterberry iced tea plus agave. And the reason why it's surprising is because, well, I've reviewed a bunch of these already. In fact, I wasn't sure if I'd reviewed this one or not, which is why it took me so long to review it. But I went through recently and I checked my backlog and I didn't see that I had it. So if it is there, second review. So let's get a thing for the thing. It looks like, maybe, like that. And yeah, man. So yeah, Liquid Death, and then this is their iced tea plus agave thing. I wasn't huge on the other flavors, so I don't know how much I'm going to like this one, but that's what the reviews are for. It smells really nice. Like, it smells like a nice, like, kind of raspberry iced tea, which, please be that. Yeah, that agave. I'm not into that. I mean, it's kind of a neat idea. And, like, I have a coworker who loves this stuff. Like, absolutely. Like, when these drinks came out, like, with the flavor, like, sweetened with the agave stuff, he was just down in those things. I'm just not a big agave guy, I'm not, like, I don't drink really that much anyway, but even when I do, tequila is not a drink that I enjoy. I've tried it on a couple of occasions, and on both occasions, I thought it was pretty damn nasty. No offense to anybody who likes it. It's just not my thing. So, yeah, like that... I don't know, man. The agave stuff is kind of weird because it gives it kind of a sour taste, and I don't want a sour taste when I'm drinking, a nice lemonade, or I'm sorry, a nice, iced tea thing. I guess it kind of works like maybe if you were doing like a lemon version, maybe you could kind of swing that, but it's not bad, I guess, but like it's not at all what I want. Like, I love a raspberry iced tea. It's probably one of my favorite variations of iced tea. And this, I'm not, I'm not really getting, like, that nice raspberry hit. Instead, I'm getting the agave. And I don't, again, I'm just not big into that. It's kind of a semi-sweet tea also, as a result. I do prefer, I don't need, like, sweet tea levels of sweetness, but, I like it to be a little bit sweeter. Yeah, because as far as I know, it does have some sugars. It's actually has 6 grams sugars and 6 grams of added sugars, so there you go. Yeah, I just don't like that weird sourness it gives it. On the plus side, it's a refreshing drink. Like, I don't know that I'd say actively dislike it. It's just not something that I'm overly fond of, if that makes any sense. Like, sounds like I'm saying the same thing there twice, but no, like, it's, yeah. I don't know with these. Like, again, they definitely have their audience, but, like, because I like Liquid Death, hell, I was at a concert just a few days ago at the time I'm doing this. Literally, the only thing that I bought there in terms of beverages was I bought myself a lime Liquid Death water, because I actually like that one. Then some dickbag went over there and knocked it over when he was trying to get to his seat, because he was an idiot. Didn't even offer to buy me a new one. Like, boy, oh boy, did that bug the piss out of me. But whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's got a nice tea taste to it, but like, the berry aspect of it is very minimal. It really is mostly just the tea, which already has something of a bitterness to it. Then you're tagging in, again, just that, the agave flavor, which just gives it kind of a sour thing. So it's sort of partially bitter, partially sour, and then like a little bit sweet. Yeah, man. I don't get it personally. I it's one of those things where like I could probably learn to live with it if I drank it enough, but I wouldn't want to. Like it's just not a drink that I find particularly pleasurable. Like again, it's I keep wanting to like it. That's the thing. Because again, I like Liquid Death, and like I said, I do know people who like the stuff. So it's like I keep trying it, and I keep like, but it's just no. It drinks nice and smooth. I'll say that. Like I don't think it's a poor quality beverage. I just think it's a very interesting flavor combination to build off of. I mean, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and maybe. Like for me personally, really no flavor combination of these has done it for me. I've tried I think all the flavors that they have of these, and none of them have really hit. I just don't like any of them very much. The Armless Palmer one is probably like the one that I like the most, and I think it's because it has the lemonade to help offset it. But yeah, for me, it's like, if I want a raspberry iced tea, I could go with Arizona, I could go with Peace Tea, I could go with Brisk. I personally don't need this in my life. It's not something I'm overly fond of. I'll finish it, but yeah. Excuse me. If I'm recommending it though, it's one of those things where I would say try it if you're interested. That really is where it kind of comes down to for me, because again, like I do know people who really like the stuff, so it definitely has an audience. I am not that audience, so I can't exactly give it like a sweeping recommendation and be like, this is the bee's knees. It's like, this is definitely a very specific product, and I'm sure it hits on that specific audience. I think it's neat that it exists, but yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to recommend, especially if you're going into it expecting, something along the lines of a more conventional iced tea blend. This is just it's unusual and not necessarily bad, but not for me personally. So, but again, if you see it and you think, maybe, give it a go. At the very least, it's not like a terrible drink or anything. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit hard to go with for me. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly proper raspberry iced tea tastic rest of your life. Because proper raspberry iced tea is wonderful. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, I would love if you would comment and lend me your opinion on the Liquid Death tea stuff that they've done, or really any of the Liquid Death products. I'd be interested to sort of hear your take on them, because like I said, for me personally, the iced tea stuff has not been my thing. But like it's staying in stores. It obviously has an audience. Let me know. Like, is it something you like, something you dislike, something you've thought about trying? Maybe you haven't gotten to it yet. I'd be interested to hear your take on it. So, because it is one of those things where it's like, part of me still wants to like it, and just the other part of me just can't quite get around it. But anyway,